Michigan, we are a proud Midwestern state. Michiganders are not from the East Coast nor the West Coast. Michigan is lovingly referred to as the Fresh Coast state, surrounded by 4 of the Great Lakes and beautiful Lake St. Clair, with over 60,000 inland lakes and ponds, bringing tourists and residents into the great outdoors. It's so easy to work up an appetite. In our state, we have learned how to satisfy that hunger with wonderful restaurants and unique foods, not only along the main thoroughfares, but off the beaten path. As a matter of fact, if you're cruising through northern Michigan near the off the beaten path community of Lewiston, near East or West Twin Lake, and are hankering for a good burger, not only will you be told of what locals lovingly call the Tally Burger, but as you approach the center of town, you'll spot dozens of cars filling the parking lot of the historic TALLYS Tavern. Here since the 1940s, TALLYS has been feeding the discriminating taste of locals and tourists with a menu that keeps them coming back. The major draw is the Tally Burger, voted recently as one of the top 10 burgers ever created in the state of Michigan. The Tally family opened this famous watering hole back in about 1945 until the 1960s, until the Smith family took over the operation, ensuring continuation of great food, wonderful service that would preserve the royalty of the Tally's Burger. We visited one warm autumn afternoon to find out about this burger that brings back loyal patrons year after year, and were mesmerized at how such a small kitchen was able to kick out over 700 Tally's burgers in a single day. It was just big enough for the cook and our cameraman. We quickly placed our order and slipped out onto the patio, where we visited with owner Bird Smith about the Tally's tradition. You've been around here since the 60s, right, Bird?
Correct, 1968.
Tell us how this all came about for you and how you acquired Tally's.
Well, my parents bought it in 1968, and I was like 12 or 13 years old at the time, and I started working, doing kitchen stuff and whatever after school, and it was never planned for me to end up taking over the bar, but I started working, and then after I got out of high school, I started working here full time, and I just continued on, and next thing you know, I guess, like I'm at 32 years old, I guess I'm going to be a bar owner, so it was a great thing for us. So.
I tell you what, how in the world did Tally's become such a landmark here? I mean, what is your trade? I mean, what does people really, when they say Tally's in Lewiston, what are they thinking about?
The burger, obviously. Okay. The burger. So Mrs. Tally started Tally's Bar in 1945 and owned it for 23 years, and then my parents bought it from her. Okay. And it's always been known as the burger place in Lewiston, and obviously it's expanded as we've grown and gotten bigger, so it's pretty much known across the country.
What's the secret there? Why are people's mouths watering so much?
I don't know. It's I can take everything home and make it at home, and it just doesn't taste like a Tally Burger at home. Not at all. Never does. Yeah.
So this has been in your family for many years.
Yes, it has.
And you've seen a lot of improvements. I see this patio is kind of a fairly new. Is it?
Actually, we put it on, and I believe in 1994 we added a deck on. So and that was a struggle to get used to having 60 or 70 more seats on a busy day, because obviously you've seen our kitchen. It's not a very big kitchen to start with. So
so Lewiston's got a lot of heritage here. I mean, it's got a lot of logging industry, and it's just a landmark that people come to get away from it all and just relax.
Yeah, correct. The best thing about Lewiston is you got to want to come here, because there's not an easy way to get here. You just don't get off I-75 or 31 to get to Lewiston, so you got to work to get here.
And you get a lot of patrons that are returning patrons?
Oh, without a doubt. We have obviously we have the lakes around here, many lakes, East and West Twin right here in town, and then Garland Resort is a 4-star resort, and does many golf rounds there in a year, and we definitely get a lot of golfers.
What is the secret of people coming back?
Obviously we take care of them. We try and be nice to them, and I do a lot of joking around with them and whatever. So people like to be called by their name, and we have a lot of fun with them. And the burger. I mean, people come back even if they don't like me. They still come back for the burger. So.
So what are the plans, hopes, and dreams? Do you have any? I mean, it looks like you've come to a point where people are satisfied.
Yeah, actually, I think we obviously you've seen our kitchen. It's not very big, but I have a son that's 24 years old. He graduated from Michigan State, and he's active in the business, and his dream is to end up taking over the bar.
My goodness. got a full parking lot, and here it is. It's only Thursday.
Yep.
I mean, summer's over. You know,
Yeah, look at
it's
the
still
sky.
coming through here. Yeah.
You always think you always want to try and do better, but then you do a Saturday like Labor Day weekend when we cook over 600 burgers. It's like,
Wow.
I think we're big enough as it is right there. Yeah.
Right.
So.
Well, I tell you what, and you've got other things on the menu too.
Yep.
Okay.
But it's all short order stuff. I mean, we do fish and we do shrimp and wingdings, but obviously it's about the burger. So.
So if you want the best burger in the area, perhaps in the state of Michigan, want something, a taste that'll bring you back time and time again, you gotta visit Tally. We've got quite the tradition to hold up.
Yeah, I take a lot of pride in the fact that I'm the third generation to do it.
Great.
You know, luckily I have two great parents that have worked their entire lives here for the most part.
Yep.
They have it down to a science, and I'm excited for it. So
That's good.